Hey folks, Lester here, and today we're trying to address a very serious problem that we're having here at the sanctuary. My friends, we are under attack by predators. Now, what we've caught on camera has been nothing but dogs, and lots of them, 3 of them to be exact. And what we've lost so far are 2 white turkeys, at least 1 duck that was not Pablo, and we're all thinking that Pablo must have been one of the, at this point we're thinking that Pablo must have been one of the, we think that Pablo's gone forever. And so today we start finding a way to fight back. We become proactive. Well, I guess this may be reactive, but we're out to capture the predators that are coming up at night and taking off with our babies. Hey folks, Lester here, and Jamie and I are headed over to I'm a Survivor. Friends, we are very excited about a new rescues plural, that are going to be coming in this weekend. But I have some prep work to do ahead of time. I don't want to give it away. You know what I'll do? I'll make sure that this video plays after the rescues have arrived, even though the video is happening before the rescues get there. Ah, see, that's big brain stuff. Listen, these are fainting goats, y'all. Fainting goats. And they're adorable, but they'll faint if they get scared or excited. It's the funniest and craziest thing ever. And this sweet lady, we'll talk more about her and her husband. They cannot continue to keep their goats because, like everybody else, they are having a really difficult time with the drought. Anyway, what I'm doing is prepping the property for any type of predator, because what we do not want is anything to come up and spook our little goats into fainting and becoming an easy prey. We'll talk more about it. This is a crazy story, though. You stick around for this one. Plum Grove, y'all. Plum Grove has gotten so lucky, huh? I don't know. Plum Grove has gotten so lucky in the fact that it's gotten more rain than what Longhorn Lester's has. The sanctuary, even though it's not gotten a measurable amount of rain, it does get these kind of sprinkles, which, even though they may not do a whole lot for our grass, obviously, what they do is cools everything off. It does. This cools everything off. And you know the geese are enjoying this, ducks on the pond, and it is giving us a break from just the heat. I know from experience that almost all of the predators that come into the property come from the lane here, Aunt Joanne's driveway. And they come right along this road over here. They will normally start smelling around and walk up the fence line, but the fence here goes all the way to the ground, and it's harder for big dogs to get in over here. Now, small dogs can kind of climb right through, but what we're seeing are large dogs. They normally will walk along the fence line, and they'll make this corner, and that's what we're hoping to catch them right over here. They'll come up. We put a can of wet dog food in there. They will smell the wet dog food. They'll smell around. They'll find the opening over here, go inside. They will step on the pressure plate in their attempt to get the can of dog food, and at that point the door will close and they'll be trapped. What I like about this spot is that Ellie and Megan can come out at any time of the day or night, even with a flashlight, and look over here. They'll be able to see what's going on. She's gonna get hooked. She's gonna get hooked so bad. She's about to be hooked. And then we can keep an eye on them from over here. And if we do catch a dog or a cat or anything, we don't want it to sit here in the sun and bake with no water. We'd rather go ahead and take care of it early in the morning instead of later. And so this is what we're doing for now. I want to show you something else that we were gifted. I told Ellie about them, and he's trying to do a little bit of a diagram, which is cute, very mathematical. It's a diagram of what he thinks will be the best placement of the devices. And let me go show you those right now. Guys, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but you can read the comments for yourself. And pretty much every third comment is going to be, y'all should have cameras. Y'all should have cameras. Y'all should have cameras. Friends, cameras are a reactive measure. You're never going to, you might deter a crime from having a camera if it were of human intelligence who sees a camera and avoids that spot for that reason. But animals are going to see a camera and go right on past it. There's no camera that's going to deter a coyote or a hungry dog or a possum, a raccoon, whatever. The camera is going to, all that camera is going to capture is an image of your pets being carried away. Let's be honest. That's all the camera's going to capture, is that image of your baby being carried away. So you might learn what you're looking at and what type of creature or animal's coming up, but you're not going to stop the loss of your babies. And so it's time that we take matters into our own hands. We've done this plenty of times before, and any responsible pet owner knows this is what you have to do. So here we are in the broad daylight. And that right there is, I think, that's one of the dogs that we've seen on our cameras. Is it, babe?
I think so.
So I've got my camera zoomed all the way in, but that dog to me looks bigger than the ones we've seen on our videos. All right, so I've came inside to get a really good look at these. This is a solar animal repeller. And what it says, well, you guys can read as good as I can. This product is designed with flashing lights and ultrasound to scare wild animals away, which makes animals feel uncomfortable, thus to leave the protected area. And you can use it in your garden, your yard, your patio, or your manor. Manor meaning like a farm. And that's perfect. Friends, this over here will be another way that we can be proactive instead of reactive. All right, so what I've done is I set this device here along this fence line. I'm turning it on. I'm gonna start the frequency off just at a random frequency. I want it to kind of face this direction over here. What this does is picks up 45 feet across this way. So any animal that comes across this pasture here and walks up along this fence line will trigger that device, and it'll have flashing lights and well, I don't want to say a high-pitched frequency, but different frequencies will create a very unpleasant sound to animals. And I'm going to put a couple more zip ties on there, and that will hopefully help deter any animals from working around this area. Now, the instructions say that what you have to do is continually change the frequencies here. Not every day, but every couple of days. So you don't want any animal to get used to a particular frequency. And so you keep that changed up. I want to repeat, that's not a volume control. It's a different frequency sound, a different noise, a different, I don't know if that's the right word I'm using or not, but it creates a different sound that is very unpleasant to a predator's ears. All right, so we have a total of 5 of these. I've already set 2 out along that far fence line. I'll set 1 here behind the barn coming in from this side over here. And then I think we should put 1 over here along this fence line and along the gate, and 1 along that gate. And I believe we will have this entire perimeter controlled. We also have our nighttime lights on. All of the barns have nighttime lights. And of course we have our 1 live traps that we're going to leave set out for a while to hopefully catch anything that comes up along that fence line before it even makes it back this far. Let's not forget that above and beyond everything else, we also have that wonderful girl right there that's going to offer our babies protection. And they will all be housed in here together in this one Little's pasture. They have access to plenty of water. They'll have their barn. Of course, the pigs sleep here in the barn behind me. Annie and Ernie will just do what they do. And then, of course, we just trying to be proactive and not reactive. You guys wish us luck, because we hate losing babies. Enough is enough, and it's time that we find a way to stop them once and for all. I'm a dog. I'm a predator. I'm gonna snatch me up a goat. Nothing's gonna scare me away. Okay, I got you. Okay. Okay, Trudy, I see you. I feel you. I'm out. It's all good. Carry on. Maybe I'll just work around the backside. Maybe I'll just sneak around the backside over here. Yeah, I'll just go around the backside and come through the back gate. It'll be a lot safer coming around the back gate. There ain't nothing gonna stop me from snatching up a delicious goat. I ain't scared of y'all. I should add one last thing, because there's always gonna be your peepats who just cannot accept the camera thing. We have cameras, friends, but I will say this again. That camera does nothing to prevent an animal from trying to come in and attack your babies. The camera is all it's going to do is show you an image of which animal it was and how they did it. And we don't care about that. We don't want it to happen. So thank you all for watching, and your support is always appreciated.
Survivor, I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuary is waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor, I'm a survivor.